All right, guys, we have landed in Rosarito, where I'm going to be doing a couple, like a driving tour to kind of explain to you some of the caveats of living down here compared to Playas de Tijuana. I think for one, that I want people to understand here on the channel is that if you can drive a little bit farther into Mexico, I do believe some of the coolest areas are in between Playas de Tijuana and Rosarito, which I got some videos coming up about that. But once you get into Rosarito, things get a little bit more spread out. Things get a little bit more cost effective. Prices drop. There's over 12,000 Americans living in Rosarito right now. And the reason they choose Rosarito compared to Tijuana is the fact that there's a lot less traffic down here. There's really no real traffic other than maybe in the summer on the weekends on the main drag. But once you get like South Rosarito and down to Popatola, you're really going to be knocking out the majority of the traffic, and it becomes a lot more open, a lot quieter, less traffic congestion, pollution, these type of things. So for people that were wondering about Rosarito, that's why we're making this video. We're going to be kind of walking around down here, showcasing some of the real estate. I don't have any property tours for the inside, but I know the prices down here like the back of my hand, so I can give you kind of a broad overview. And if you guys are interested, you can set up a consultation with me online over Skype, FaceTime, or a private YouTube live chat to discuss further getting you down here and where to go and look for properties. I can even put you in touch with some brokers down here in the area that have pocket listings and things like that. So first things first, Rosarito is cheaper. Okay, it's going to be cheaper than Tijuana. It's going to be cheaper than Playas de Tijuana. And the reason is because Rosarito has more of like a country feel. Now it is part of the metro area of Tijuana and Ensenada and Rosarito. It's all kind of just a giant, like a giant metro. They kind of classify it all together. But Rosarito is a lot more spread out. Things are going to look a little bit more rural down here. The infrastructure is, I would say, I would maybe go as far to say is it's not as good, but the quality of life down here, I think if you're willing to go a little bit farther into Mexico, I think you're going to get more for your money. You're going to get kind of more of the gated neighborhood residential vibes rather than, the city or the Playas de Tijuana stuff where you're kind of just, you're not in Tijuana, but you're in a crowded area. Things are not as crowded down here, especially like I said, we're going to be going down here into South Rosarito. We're going to kind of bypass some of the front parts of Rosarito where the Walmart is. So if you guys are familiar, we're going to skip the Walmart, the shopping center and stuff like that. And we're kind of going to do some driving tour down here in the residential areas. So definitely one reason people choose Rosarito over Playas de Tijuana is they don't want to be in Tijuana. Tijuana is crowded, it's congested, there's a lot of air pollution, things like that. And sure, you can go into Playas de Tijuana and avoid some of the air pollution and some of the traffic and stuff like that. But people want, especially retirees, people prefer Rosarito because it's a lot more laid back. It's a lot more quieter. You're still only 30 minutes really from the border if you go down the Tijuana Libre or the toll road. So the convenience factor, you're not right there at the border, but you're not far. And for even people that are retiring down here and they're worried about medical and stuff like that, there are ambulances and emergency services that will expedite you to the border if you need that, if you prefer to go to like a United States hospital and things like that. But like I said, you're going to get more money. You're going to get more bang for your buck in the Rosarito area. The only downfall is, like I said, the proximity to the border, things like that. People at my work, actually, there are people at my work that actually live down here in Rosarito. So people do commute down here from Rosarito to the United States, San Diego, downtown, and all the areas in between. But if you don't have to cross the border every day, or you have to cross like 1 or 2 days a week, Rosarito, in my opinion, if you get in one of these nice gated neighborhoods, and you have, your own personal gym, or they have, a community center with a gym and stuff like that, and you're willing to drive a little bit more for shopping and high-end shopping, like, Costco and things like that, you're not far. I mean, if I get in the car right now and I live down here and I drive to the Costco in Tijuana, it's going to be a little bit of a drive. It's going to be about a 30-minute drive, but it's just like anywhere that you live. You know, most places don't have the convenience of everything right there. So if you're able to trade the convenience factor for, you know, once per week, and you prefer a slower pace of life, less congestion, there's going to be a lot less traffic here than Playas, and it's got more of like I said, guys, it's authentic Chinese food, authentic pho. The laid back beach vibe. This is kind of like a real beach town. Playas de Tijuana is not really a beach town. It's on the ocean. It's right there at the border. You can be right on the water and have all the convenience factors of everything being right there in that little pocket. But Rosarito is definitely more spread out. But if you're able to navigate some of the distances from the border, and you're able to drive to grocery stores, I mean, we're showing you right now, this is the main drag through Rosarito, but really when you get outside of this main drag, that's where you're really going to get the really cool property deals. You're going to get places you can find a house for $850, $900 for 2-3 bedroom, and you're, like I said, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck, and that's why a lot of Americans prefer Rosarito than Playas de Tijuana. Playas de Tijuana is great if you want the convenience factor, but past the convenience factor, if you can set yourself up geographically here, I think the quality of life is better down here. It's less stressed. It's more open. Your proximity to Ensenada is only, you know, probably 35 to 40 minutes south. Some of the best beaches I've ever seen in my life are in between here, South Rosarito, and Ensenada. And you're still only like an hour from pretty much all of Southside San Diego County, downtown and that kind of thing. And it's only like a 20-30 minute ride on the toll road into the area that we're about to pull into. So kind of where we're pulling into right this second is going to be some of the upper scale condos, and these condos can range in price anywhere from $900 US upwards to $1,500, depending on your proximity and your ocean view and things like that, whether you're on the ocean, whether you're facing the main road. We're down here near the Popotla area, South Rosarito. So this area gets very beautiful. It's very rural and spread out, and it's got a nice little rustic feel with little shops. And this is one of the main reason Americans choose to live down here compared to other parts of Baja, because of the proximity and, like I said, the convenience factor, and then obviously the fact that they're not in that massive congestion of, you know, Tijuana and Playas de Tijuana, where it gets a little bit you know, a little bit more locals and stuff like that kind of occupy the roads more. So you still have everything down here. Like I said, you have grocery stores. You're not going to have stuff like Costco and things like that. And as you see, there are some older places down here as well. You can definitely find places a little bit on the cheaper side. So just kind of keep in mind that, you know, not everything is in that $1,200 racket, but if you're on the beach, expect to pay a little bit more. If you're kind of off the beach, maybe on the other side of the toll road to my left, you could probably find a place, a 2-bedroom, as low as $450, $500 US. All right, that'll wrap it up for the view here. We're going to be doing another video on this area that we're showcasing right here, which is kind of a nice little shopping center, or a nice little rustic marketplace, and down south of Rosarito into Popotla. And we're going to be doing another video on Puerto Popotla, so keep an eye out for that, and we will see you very soon.